In this video, I traveled to Park City, Utah, where it's a ton of fun, but you need to stay alert on and off the mountain. The runs can be dangerous, and you need to watch your back off the slopes as well. Let me explain. It is so easy and relatively inexpensive to get to Park City, Utah from San Diego. I'm lucky enough to have a great friend, Matt, who goes by Brez. He owns a home in Park City. About 4 years ago, he decided to start an annual friends trip, which I've been lucky enough to go to. We have another close friend, Barat, who goes by V. He's also gone all 4 times. We're also joined by Mikey, this guy right here, and we were joined by Mark, AKA the Green Lantern. A little bit about them in a minute since they joined us a day later. The funny thing is for this trip, as much as I love snowboarding, and the snowboarding is amazing in Park City, I really had a secondary goal. This is gonna sound a little crazy, but every time I've tried to do karaoke 4 years running now, I've been sidelined for one reason or another.
A serious problem.
I was absolutely determined this year not to let that happen again. So first things first, I bought a plane ticket, I packed my things, took a 5-minute Uber to the airport, I got lucky in an exit row, I had a quick 2-hour flight, and I had arrived. Salt Lake City Airport is very easy to navigate, even for me. I found the baggage area, which was absolutely huge. I got lucky and guessed the right baggage carousel right off the bat. And there I called an Uber, I walked outside in my short sleeve shirt. Right away, I remembered why I had taken that entire plane flight with that wool line jacket on my lap. My Uber arrived, and even though I had probably the most untalkative Uber driver in the history of the world, I thoroughly enjoyed the 40-minute scenic ride and views as I approached Park City. When I arrived, Ron was there to greet me at the door. Brez was inside trying to finish up some work for the day. Because I took a 10:45 a.m. flight, I was there pretty early on a Thursday. So I decided to head into town and get my rental snowboard and boots. I pretty much use the same shop for all my rental needs. It's called Aloha. It's right on Main Street. I took some extra time this trip to make sure my boots fit just right and the bindings were set to my liking. Last year, I did not, and I paid the price badly on the mountain. It was a quick walk from Aloha back to the house. Brez was still busy working, so he let us use his beast of a Jeep to go out and find something to eat. You trust me driving this thing in the snow? Let's see. And simultaneously, I realized at that moment I had done the unthinkable for a snowboard trip. I forgot my snowboard pants.
You have got to be kidding me.
To the shops we went, we hit the road, and then quickly realized the Jeep had almost no gas, like running on fumes. We stopped for gas, and let's just say the price of gas in Park City is a little bit less than what we pay in San Diego. Bron actually knew the area pretty well, and he knew where there were some outlet stores, so hoping to save a little bit of money on which were now gonna be my second pair of snowboard pants, I got lucky and found a clearance pair of Burton snowboard pants for $185. $185 on clearance.
How do you feel about that?
At this point, we were both starving. We walked out the store, and there it was, a taco truck in the middle of the parking lot in Park City. I mean, for Utah, this is not a bad taco. Are you sure that they don't let you in?
You come into all West.
Except for me. Okay, perfect. Later that night, Brez had finally finished work, and Barant and I decided to do something a little low-key and go out and get a late dinner and to get back early because we had a long day and an early day of snowboarding planned. After a decent, not terrible, but not the best sports bar called Colley's on Main Street, we decided to take a walk up Main Street. When you know it, we found a super lively establishment happening called The Cabin, and even better, it was karaoke night. We entered, and I immediately signed up to sing, and I thought I was gonna get the karaoke bug out of my system right away. I can't remember exactly what time of the night this had happened, but I remember looking to my right at one point and Brez was gone. I looked towards the stage, and as the song was starting, realized Brez was on stage starting and singing my song. He stole my song. Not impressed, but it was okay. The karaoke I was really looking forward to was at Flanagan's on Saturday night. The next morning came around and we had a much later start than we had ambitiously planned the night before. Our 2 other buddies arrived, Mark and Mike. We put on our gear and headed to the slopes. How you feeling?
Feeling good. Let's go do this.
That lunch? How's that lunch sitting?
It's a good base. It's got a good base.
Yeah. A fantastic first day on the slopes. I mean, the weather was perfect. Snow was like powder. Very grateful to experience those kinds of conditions. Ride up the chairlifts was epic. Views just otherworldly. This is gonna sound weird, but I think from San Diego, actually, the travel, like to get to Park City, Utah to snowboard, I think it's easier. It might be the easiest place to get to, and I'm even talking about including like Big Bear. All right.
Which mile marker are you agreement? Here's Mikey and Brez.
That night ended and the next day came fast. I was a little bit sore from the previous day's snowboarding, but I was ready to rock the slopes again. More importantly, ready to rock karaoke at Flanagan's. Conditions, once again, were absolutely epic on the mountain. I would venture to say that this was probably some of the best weather the mountain's gonna see probably all season. We finished our day on the mountain, went back to the house. We showered up and it was time to head out. We decided the best move would be to grab dinner on the upstairs level of Flanagan's, and when we were through, go down to the karaoke area. Otherwise, you're looking at a line that looks to be at least 45 minutes. We sat in a big booth, which was perfect for 5 people, and unintentionally, all 5 of us ordered red wine in an Irish pub as our first drink.
Very manly.
Once we were done with dinner, we were able to convince the manager at Flanagan's to let us jump the line and go downstairs to enjoy the karaoke room. By now, the time was about 9:15 p.m., so the place was already popping, karaoke was already happening. No way was I getting skipped or missed again, so I went over and I got on that list immediately. Much to my surprise, as soon as I signed up, Mike and Mark also signed up, which was awesome. All we needed to do was wait. And then this happened. The next day, Sunday, was also my last day. I had the Salt Lake City version of a red eye coming back to San Diego, so I didn't have to be at the airport until 8 p.m. Not only did I get to relax and relish in the weekend snowboard, dining, and karaoke moments, the weather outside had completely shifted. Tons and tons of snowfall, like a perfect lazy day. The weather broke finally at about 5 p.m., so my travel plans were unaffected. Bra and I had similar times to be at the airport, so we both left the house around 6:20ish. We hung out in the Delta Lounge, which I highly recommend as well. We parted ways and I eventually made it on my flight. Oh, and on this flight, I got upgraded. First class doesn't suck. If you enjoyed this video, then please subscribe to my YouTube channel. It helps me out a ton. If you're looking for your next video and you like this kind of like style, like travel, check out other place type of videos, I got one over here. I think you might like it. Have an amazing day, and always remember, you are awesome.